At one point, you called older rappers dusty and broke.
Yeah.
I actually know who you were talking about.
You do?
Yeah, I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I've interviewed him before.
Okay.
I'm not going to say. You were talking about a specific person.
I was talking about a specific person.
Right.
Definitely tongue in cheek. I do a stream a lot of times on Twitch or YouTube or both. And I get to the part where I'm kind of ranking on people. And that was still a serious opinion. I'll tell you where it originated from. People like NBA Youngboy, who drops a lot of projects. He's up for a new situation, you know. Not only him, Kodak Black. There's moving parts in the music industry right now because there's some really important things happening in Atlanta. There's a lot of shit going on over there. People are moving around. Contracts are up. People are exploring other options, right? And I saw, you know, I scroll for just content online. Like I try to consume everything. And even if it's like nothing that I'm going to respond to, it's just like, let me see what other people are saying. Anyway, I saw this one guy and he was just kind of like shitting on the newer rappers. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of, you know, how they were moving in terms of a business sense. And I just thought about it. I was just like, this is just exactly what the fuck the problem is. All of y'all used to be in the game. Y'all all got fucking, you know, taken advantage of by these record labels. But now you expect these new kids who, by the way, no one taught y'all, but y'all didn't also pass what you've learned. You expect them to make these great decisions. And then if they don't, you're sitting on a soapbox, like judging them. In hip hop, we don't have any tutelage system. We don't see people pass on information. You know what I mean? Like, again, the same deals that are signed now. I mean, for the most part, like obviously if you come in with a lot of leverage because you got lit on TikTok or something, you have a different situation. Like 21 Savage, he owns his masters because he dropped 2 independent mixtapes that went platinum. You know what I mean? But for the majority of these artists, they're still signing the same exact deal that they've watched TV shows about. Some people are still even giving away their publishing. You know what I mean? There's not really much education to this stuff. And it kind of reminds me of the age-old saying, like, yo, the game is to be sold and not told. Mm-hmm. Where I see people, and it habitually happens. I mean, Meek Mill was one of the latest who just started complaining about the label system, right? I've seen Waka Flocka do it previously. Like, there's a long list of people who, like, they kind of all have the same issues, but it's never at the point of, hey, let's all educate each other. Or if we share information, maybe we could use that to try to increase and improve the situations we're all in. You know, hip hop is really individualistic. You know what I mean? I want to have, that's what I was talking about the sneakers. I want to have this sneakers. I hope you don't have it. If I get the Maybach truck, I want to get it first. If I heard somebody literally say, they're calling the dealership. They're like, yo, I only want the Ferrari truck if I get it first. If you give it to someone else, I'm good. What do you want it for then?
You know what's interesting is that this didn't start with hip hop, right?
Really? Came from?
Here's the interesting part. Yesterday I interviewed Pat Porter, who is Rich Porter's sister.
Yeah.
From Paid in Full.
Uh-huh.
And I had heard about this, but you know, she also has a baby with AZ Faison. But I had heard about this, but she actually confirmed it. Like these Harlem drug dealers in the 80s, they were getting so much money that they would go to the car dealership and they would pay the salesperson or the manager an extra 20, 30,000 to get next year's model early.
Okay.
They would, if it was an 88, you know, they would have the 89.
Give me the 89.
You know, and they would show up on the block with the 89 that nobody had in the different body style because they chipped off, you know, the manager of BMW an extra 30 grand. You know what I'm saying? So this started way before hip hop. This is entrenched in like street culture, essentially.
Yeah, nah, it's true.